there, for today's read aloud, we will be reading a story called Elephants. This story is an informational book, meaning we will be learning information about a topic. What do you think our topic is going to be about? Elephants. I thought this would be a good book since we are doing animal research over elephants. So right here it says, learn about elephants and the amazing ways they help and protect each other in the wild. This story is written by Grace Hansen. So before we begin reading, go ahead and take a moment and think of some predictions that might happen in the story. What do you think you might be learning in the story? Different things. We know we're learning about elephants, but what kind of things are you going to be learning? All right, let's go ahead and start reading. Elephants. Remember, this is an informational book. We will be learning some real information, facts. So here's a table of contents. Remember you made one earlier for your journal? Elephants, page 4. Leading ladies, page 12. Kind and caring, page 18. More facts, page 22. The glossary is on page 23. Index is page 24. And then here's something else. So remember, this is called a text feature. This is a table of contents. Elephants. Wild elephants live in Africa. They also live in parts of Asia. Where do wild elephants live? They live in Africa, and they also live in parts of Asia. We are going to need this later whenever we work on habitat. We're going to need to know where they live, so remember this. What text feature is this called? A photograph. Okay, and this right here is a heading. All right. Elephants are very big. They can weigh up to 14,000 pounds. That is very, very big. Go ahead and take a moment and look at this photograph. This is a real picture of elephants. Okay, it's not a drawing. It was taken with a camera. All right, next page. Elephants have long noses called trunks. What are their long noses called? They're called trunks. We're going to need to know this for tomorrow when we work on their appearance, what they look like. They also have big floppy ears. See them? Look at this elephant right here. Doesn't it look like the elephant's smiling? Give me a moment more to look at the photograph. All right. Elephants love to eat grasses and fruits. They also eat roots and bark. They use their trunks to eat. So we need to remember this. What do elephants love to eat? Grasses and fruits. They also eat roots and bark. And what do they use to eat? They use their trunks right here. I'll give you a moment to look at this photograph. All right, notice this word right here, roots. This word is a bold print. It's also a text feature, meaning the author wants us to pay attention to this word. Leading ladies. Elephants live in groups called herds. The oldest female leads each herd. She is called the matriarch. Okay, here's a text feature. It's called a heading. It lets us know what this page is going to be about. Here's another bold word, meaning the author wants us to notice this word. At the end of the book, in the glossary, we should see the definition for this word. And here's a photograph. I'll give you a moment to go ahead and look at this photograph. All right. Herds count on matriarchs. She knows the area best. So the matriarch is a female elephant, a girl elephant. She knows where to find the food and water, and that's very important, right? They need food and water to survive. Sometimes a herd feels threatened. In this case, the herd circles around the matriarch. They protect her from harm. So right here, do you see that? So is the matriarch a very important for an elephant in this herd? Kind and caring. If one member is hurt, the others know. The herd will move slowly. This is so the hurt elephant can keep up. Kind and caring. Is that very kind and caring of the other elephants? That is. They take their time and move slowly so the hurt elephant can keep up. They don't leave the elephant behind. That is very kind and caring. So was this heading a good heading for this page? Thumbs up or down? It was. It was a great heading for this page. Go ahead and take a moment and look at this photograph. All right, next page. Elephants are kind and amazing animals. They care for one another. They sound very kind and amazing, don't they? I'm very excited to be doing some animal research over elephants. More facts. African elephants have a great sense of smell, so they can smell very, very good. It is the best in the animal kingdom. Oh, wow. That's a very cool fact. Elephants are very sensitive. They feel loss. They mourn when another elephant passes away. Elephants can recognize themselves in mirrors. That's very, very interesting. So if you put a mirror in front of an elephant, they would recognize themselves. Not many animals can do this. So those are some pretty interesting facts. All right, so here are some of those bold words that we saw earlier in the story. For example, threatened. We saw that earlier whenever they were talking about the matriarch, and if they feel threatened, they'll go around the matriarch elephant and try to protect her. So glossary lets us know what those bold words mean. Let's go ahead and read them. Matriarch, a female, usually the oldest, who rules a group. She also knows where the food and water is, so she's very important to the herd. Protect, to keep someone safe. Someone or something, the animals. Root, the part of a plant that grows underground. Sensitive, able to quickly and easily feel or notice. Threatened, to fear being harmed by something else. Okay, so those are what those different words mean. So this book was perfect because we learned a lot of new information about elephants. We learned some facts. We learned about matriarchs. We learned about herds. We learned about their trunks. We learned kind of foods they eat, where they live, all that good stuff. And we also went over glossary and table of contents, which are called text features. We noticed a couple of those: bold prints, glossary, table of contents, photographs, headings. So this was a great informational book over elephants. We learned some new things. I'd like for you to take a moment and think of 1 or 2 new things that you learned about elephants, because on the next slide, your reading discussion, you get the opportunity to talk with a partner if you're at school about something you learned. If you're at home, you can talk with a sibling, adult, or stuffed animal about something you learned. So I'll give you a moment to think back to this story, elephants, and something you learned. All right, if you need more time, just pause the video. But I hope you enjoyed today's Read Aloud Elephants. And then on the next slide, our read discussion slide, you'll have the opportunity to talk about what you learned from today's story.